Which of the following derivatives is classified as a contingent claim? A. Clear logic. Your choice credit default swaps is sound and 100% true.
Money market instrument issued by the RBI on behalf of central governments.
Correct. Treasury bill is the right answer.
Direct exchange of goods services for other goods services is called?
Perfect. Barter is the correct choice. A company can raise capital through the primary market in the form of. Well reasoned. Debentures is the correct choice. Dash is the organizations, institutions that provide long-term funds. Solid response. Capital market is a valid choice. Which among the following is considered to be the most liquid asset? Excellent. Money is a brilliant choice.
Companies that sell shares of a portfolio of securities are known as.
Right again. Mutual funds is a valid answer. Shares of stock from a variety of companies that you own are called. Valid point. Portfolio is true. Which among the following is not considered a financial institution? Smart move. Revolving funds associations is an accurate answer. Which is the first commercial bank in India to launch a mutual fund? Exactly. SPI makes sense and it is right choice. Stock price where it will be sold if all investors had information. Nicely done. Intrinsic price is a solid answer. The government agency responsible for regulating the stock market. You're right. Securities and Exchange Commission is the correct answer. Hedging and speculative investments are the key characteristics of. Good thinking. Both and is the right answer. Which of the following term does not belong to the stock exchange? What? Good job. Your answer, Capo, works well here. What is the minimum amount that can be invested in treasury bills? Strong choice. 25,000 is the right answer. The proportion of debt in the overall capital is also called dash. Correct response. Financial leverage is the most accurate answer. During periods of inflation, money does not function well as dash. Smart pick. Store of value is the correct choice. Securities Exchange Board of India was established in dash. Well picked. 1988 is the correct answer. Which of the following falls in the category of zero coupon bond? Nice selection. Treasury bill is the correct and valid answer. Piece of ownership in a company, mutual fund, or other investment. Right choice. Shared stock is the best answer. What is the term describing an overall decrease in stock prices? You chose a bear market, and it is correct. In which of the companies will you expect a high asset turnover? Great job. Retail companies is the accurate answer. A person who buys or sells equities for his or her clients is a. Excellent choice. Stockbroker is the right answer. Which of the following is not a symbol used in stock summaries? Well done. %GG is the right choice. How many companies comprise the Bombay Stock Exchange Sensex? On track. 30 is the correct answer.
Primary market is a market where securities are traded in the. Great thinking. First time is the right choice.
Clearing and settlement operations of NENS are carried out by. Sharp thinking. Nuskill is the right choice. The financial instrument which is related to money market is. Bravo! Certificate of deposit is the answer. When was the Securities and Exchange Commission established? Nice work. You chose 1934 and it is correct. The process of holding shares in electronic form is known as. You got it? Your choice dematerialization is right. How many times a security can be sold in a secondary market? Good job. Your answer multiple times works well here. Secondary market deals with the dash of existing securities. Well picked. Purchase sale is the correct answer. The term of the Treasury bill cannot be more than dash year. Sharp thinking. 1 is the right choice. Dash stocks that represent ownership shares in corporations. Excellent choice. Equities is the right answer. Which of the following is included in the financial assets? Nice work. You chose all the above and it is correct. Which of the following are the instruments of money market? Nice selection. All of the above is the correct and valid answer. Which of the following is the method of collecting capital? You got it. Your choice, all the above, is right. Dematerialization is the process of holding securities in. Valid point. Electronic mode is true. Bitcoin may not be considered good money because it is not. Great thinking. Commonly accepted is the right choice. Which of the following is not capital market instruments? Smart pick. Commercial paper is the correct choice. Government securities are issued by agencies such as Dash. Right again. All of the above is a valid answer. What is the name of the fee paid for an insurance policy? Correct. Premium is the right answer. Which of the following is not the reason for acquisition? Exactly. Building up brand image makes sense and it is right choice. Type of bonds that pay coupon interest are classified as. On track, coupon bond is the correct answer. Which among the following is not a valid stock exchange? Bravo, Cospo is the answer. How many companies are included in the Sensex of India? You're right. 30 is the correct answer. The expected rate of return of the money market is dash. Good thinking. Less is the right answer. Which of the following is not a part of capital market? You chose RB, and it is correct. Cost of capital can be divided into 3 items except. Well reasoned. Cost of investment is the correct choice. What type of instruments are traded in a money market? Right choice. All of the above is the best answer. Interbank fund requirement in the short run is met by. Solid response. Call money is a valid choice.
What is the equation for the quantity theory of money?
Smart move. MV equal topped is an accurate answer.
What is owned by stockholders and operated for profit?
Well done. Commercial bank is the right choice.
When stocks overall are rising, the market is called.
Correct response. A bull market is the most accurate answer.
Which of the following cannot accept demand deposits? Perfect. NIMBY fees is the correct choice.
Payment made for the use of borrowed money is called.
Clear logic. Your choice interest is sound and 100% true.
Educating the investor is the dash function of CB.
Strong choice. Protective is the right answer.
Which product is most likely to have a higher fee?
Excellent. Regular mutual fund is a brilliant choice.
Which of the following is not a function of money?
Great job. Limited in supply is the accurate answer.
Which of these is not part of the Bank of England?
Nicely done. FACSE is a solid answer.
Which component is not a part of capital market?
Nicely done. Insurance market is a solid answer.
The most commonly used multiple to value banks.
Clear logic. Your choice price to book is sound and 100% true.
A major player in the money market is the dash.
Exactly. Commercial bank makes sense, and it is right choice.
Primary market is associated with dash issues.
Perfect. New is the correct choice.
Persons or institutions to whom money is owed.
Excellent choice. Creditors is the right answer.
National Stock Exchange of India situated at.
Valid point. Bombay is true.
The short-term financial market is called the.
Great thinking. The money market is the right choice.
This institution requires you to be a member.
Solid response. Credit unions is a valid choice.
Which agency regulates and supervises NBEFs?
You got it. Your choice, RB, is right.
Which of the following has the highest risk?
Well done. Stocks is the right choice.
Which is the major part of financial system?
Smart move. All of above is an accurate answer.
Financial market facilitates business firms. Right again. To rise funds is a valid answer. Which is not a regulatory function of CB?
Strong choice. Controlling insider trading is the right answer.
Participants in the capital market includes.
Right choice. All of the above is the best answer. Money can be described as follows, except. Smart pick. Ownership of a company is the correct choice.
Who controls the capital market of India?
Well reasoned. CB is the correct choice.
Money market deals with dash instruments.
Nice selection. Short term is the correct and valid answer.
The instrument used in capital market is.
Sharp thinking. Equity is the right choice.
The safest instrument of money market is.
Well picked. Treasury bill is the correct answer.
Financial market dash financial assets.
You chose creates and exchange. And it is correct.
Sensex is dependent on dash companies.
Correct. 30 is the right answer.
Money market deals in dash securities.
Nice work. You chose short term and it is correct. The most common type of bank accounts? Bravo. Savings and checking accounts is the answer. Below are all types of return except.
On track. Possible return is the correct answer.
The oldest stock exchange in India is. Correct response. Bombay Stock Exchange is the most accurate answer.
Components of Indian financial system.
Good job. Your answer, all of the above, works well here. Unorganized banking sector consists of. Great job. Indigenous bank is the accurate answer. A treasury bill is an instrument of. You're right. Short-term debt is the correct answer. Banks provide which of the following? Good thinking. All of the above is the right answer. Financial market is classified into. Excellent. Organized and unorganized market is a brilliant choice. Present Commerce Minister of India. You got it. Your choice, Piyush Goyal, is right. Call money or call loans are dash. Right again. Liquid is a valid answer. Treasury bills are also known as. Correct. Zero coupon bonds is the right answer. The primary market is also called. Clear logic. Your choice new issue market is sound and 100% true. Unsecured money market instrument. Great thinking. Commercial paper is the right choice. Dash is a part of capital market. Nicely done. Primary and secondary market is a solid answer. Regulator of secondary market is. Bravo, CB is the answer.
The settlement cycle in ENTS is.
Smart pick. T+2 is the correct choice.
The index of ENTS is called dash.
Perfect. Nifty is the correct choice.
Dash is a part of money market.
Well done. Commercial bill is the right choice.
Capital market is a market for.
Strong choice. Long-term assets is the right answer.
Primary and secondary markets.
Great job. Complement each other is the accurate answer.
Bonds and shares are traded in. Excellent. Capital markets is a brilliant choice.
When the NSA was established.
Right choice. 1992 is the best answer.
Capital market do not provide. Solid response. Short-term funds is a valid choice.
Money market is a market for.
Exactly. Short-term fund makes sense, and it is right choice. Treasury bills commands dash.
On track. High liquidity is the correct answer. What are these? Nice Nasdaq. You chose stock exchanges, and it is correct. Financial services includes. Sharp thinking. Leasing is the right choice. Who pays interest on a loan?
Well reasoned. A borrower is the correct choice. Nifty is the index of dash. Nice work. You chose Ness and it is correct. Money market deals in Dash. Nice selection. Short-term securities is the correct and valid answer.
Money market provides Dash.
Good job. Your answer short-term funds works well here.
What does SEC stand for?
Valid point. Securities and Exchange Commission is true.
Capital market consists of.
Excellent choice. All of the above is the right answer. Non-marketable assets are. You're right. Bank deposit is the correct answer. CB was constituted on. Good thinking. 12 April 1988 is the right answer. NUF does not include. Smart move. All of the above is an accurate answer. Primary assets are. Correct response. Bill is the most accurate answer. FINRA regulates. Well picked. All options are correct is the correct answer. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format. Smart move. Contact Narayan Changder is an accurate answer.